All right, so I am Luke Reynolds with American Coaster Enthusiasts, and I am here with two representatives from GCI. Can you introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Olivia Hain.
I'm Clair Hain from Great Coasters.
Awesome. So, as you can see, we are sitting in and standing around one of my most anticipated rides for next year. Can you tell us about it?
So it's being a Zambezi Zinger. It's going to be at Worlds of Fun Park in Kansas City, Missouri. It's going to be like a homage to the old Zambezi Zinger, except this one's going to be, of course, wooden, and the lift hill, spiral lift hill, will be the new Titan track that Clair designed just a few years ago.
Yes, this ride is going to be a family twisted ride. So all ages are going to be able to ride it, but the best part is the older generation that grew up with the Zambezi Zinger. It's going to be like a dream come true to bring this ride back that they started with when they were young, or they met their wife or husband on that ride. So it's going to be really popular in that part. But again, going through the twists and turns down the mountainside, through the trees, across the creek, everything else, it's going to be fantastic.
Can you tell us your reactions, or whatever you're allowed to tell us, about how that initial meeting, or when you found out that you were going to be in charge of this legacy upgrading?
I was shocked. I was shocked that we got the ride, because Zambezi Zinger was steel, and this is going to be wood. So yes, the structure will be steel. We're going to have a little bit of steel track on the lift hill because we have to, because of the spiral lift. We got to hold our gauge because of the drive tires. But the rest of the track is going to be wood. And I was really shocked that they chose us. I'm tickled pink. I mean, we've done so many unique things in the past, bringing old classic rides, upgrading them, and so on and so forth. This is going to be a dream come true also, because I want to see the people's face. I'm always the first rider to ride it. I'm always at the grand openings. And normally when you're at a grand opening, you're seeing kids running up and down the exit, up the entrance, down the exit to get back on right away. This is going to be different, because you're not going to see kids. You're going to see the adults and the old ones. It's going to be fantastic. Now, I don't know if we're going to have to use canes or whatever they're going to use, but it's going to be fun to watch. I mean, I'm going to be really excited. This is going to be a dream control.
And the other exciting part that I noticed, or that I think I've heard before, is these trains are different than your normal trains that you've been using. They're like an upgraded, can do more maneuvers, right?
Absolutely, yes. These trains were developed for the Class 5 for elements, basically corkscrews, loops, over 90, vertical drops, over vertical, over 90, let's say. So yeah, we put this into play. We've tried these trains out already at Fun Spot when we first initially made the concept. And the reason we're using on this ride is because we have a lot of tighter radiuses. Plus we're dealing with the spiral lift, and with the spiral lift, using the drive tires, my existing Millennium Flyers would not work. I have the freedom under these trains to be able to do all that. That's how this whole came into play.
Nice.
Good concept. They look almost similar to the Millennium Flyers, just a lot of different features on how they're put together, but this is the new Class 5. It's the new Millennial, basically, I will say, because there's less welds in this type of train. So a lot easier to work on.
Dad, what is this train called?
It's called the Infinity Flyer.
Infinity Flyer.
Nice. So you're still making the old Millennium Flyers, right?
Yes.
So you're developing these concurrently.
Yes.
Was your last one that one was it Vietnam?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Tell us about that one. Isn't that one like on an island?
That is paradise.
Literally.
And I want to tell you something, and I wish this on everybody. At least go there one time. And what I mean by that is because it's an experience from the minute you enter the cable car building, getting off, jumping in a buggy, going over and riding the ride, and then get back on the cable car. It's a 20-minute ride across the ocean. It is fantastic. It's a resort. It is a paradise.
So the only way to ride your last Millennium Flyer wooden coaster is to get get on that cable car over the ocean to an island. So tell me about that roller coaster. How did you build it? How did you get the materials even there?
They came on board barges over to the island. They unloaded it, climbed them out down the other side to get where we're going because there was no dock, no port on the opposite side. It's a fishing village, and they moved all the fishermen, the old Vietnamese fishermen, off the area around the other side of the island, and built this resort. It is beautiful.
Now, were you both able to be there?
I was there
No.
multiple times.
I got to see pictures.
I
the
will
pictures
have-
were so pretty, but
Yeah, I would take my daughter and my son there eventually here in the next few months, few years, whatever.
So what is that like, working as a family together?
amazing. I love it. My brother and my cousin, his nephew, are hopping on board here in the next year, and we're all gonna take over Great Coasters eventually. We're very excited for that to keep the family business going. It's an awesome experience, true.
It's my dream come true.
Yes.
Because it's
all you wanted.
it's a parent's wish that the children will take over, and I work my butt off to make this happen, get the company going, making it, trying to get everything in place so that eventually I can hand it over to my children. And I was always scared, are they going to come? Are they going to stay? You know, you don't know. And it's, when I called her up 4 months ago and said, would you like this job? And she said yes. I was like, oh my God, it was big pressure off me. You know, now it was a process of trying to get my son, because my son was working for me and he left to go with her to when she got another job. And now he's talking about coming back. You know, there's so much to learn. You know, just not running a company. You got to know the product. You got to know how to fix it, put it together, everything. And I only have so many years left in my life, and I want to make sure that they understand it all before I hand the keys.
He's like the roller coaster encyclopedia. I need to get like a USB and like put it in my brain or something, download all the information.
Just use roller coaster database.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what all of us enthusiasts do.
Exactly. But truly, I mean, getting to work with my dad is like one thing, but now our relationship has grown so much more. I learned so much more about him and his life, and I know you could say vice versa
Yes.
for me as
Yes.
well. So besides the business aspect, the whole family, like almost like reunion every day, being at work together is just awesome. It's truly cool.
Yeah, my children knew me by the telephone because I was always gone. And it's not like I wanted to be gone. I had to be gone. You know, to give them a good life, give the family a good life.
Keep the business going.
And I am was constantly traveling, no matter what it was for. New rides, repair rides, follow-ups, concepts, just shaking hands, whatever. I had to be there for even the contract, down to the end. So I was going a lot, and it's tough. And then, you know, trying to convince your children to take it over, it's difficult. And this is what you had to do.
Yeah, because I know exactly how difficult it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'll tell you what, in this industry, you look, there's a lot of second, third generations
Right.
that are continuing on. The Mock family, my sales team, I mean, the daughters are coming up. This is the dream come true, and it makes the parents feel really good.
Right.
It does.
And one final question, and I might be stepping into dangerous territory here, but is there any hints or any dreams you have of what might be coming in the future for your company?
All I can say is keep your eyes open, because it's going to get unbelievable.
Especially with us new gens coming in, all the ideas are going to be out the wazoo. We're really excited.
What we have in the process right now with these new trains, the steel track, the Titan track, I'm sorry, and what my dreams are, that before I hand it over, it's going to be impressive. And then again, bringing the new generation in with fresh brains, fresh minds, fresh ideas, which are much crazier than what we are. You're going to see big things happen.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
It's
you.
been a
We
pleasure talking to
appreciate
you, and I love your enthusiasm.
Thank you.
I'm excited to see what's to come.
Can't wait to see you all. World of Fun 2023.
Come on out. Call off work.